Hey everyone, and welcome back to BMX News, a live BMX news show that starts at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday, where I talk about everything that happened in the previous week within the world of BMX that I think you guys might care about. That being said, got a few people in the chat. All of the Travises are here. Kevin Jackson, Eric Stahl. Good morning. Happy Friday to everyone. Let's talk about BMX news. So the first thing that I want to talk about, and from the title of the post video after this is done being live, is this new contest format that Red Bull held recently called the Red Bull Featured event. And the way that this works is that there were 4 different best trick events at this rather than a formatted run style contest. Each of these 4 different events had a set time limit where the riders could just ride in, I'm assuming, what you'd call a jam format, and they could just try their best tricks. There's 4 different obstacles. There was the quarter pipe best trick, high air, sub box, and box jump best trick. So obviously high air is pretty self-explanatory, and the others are as well. And I wanted to talk about this concept because it feels like the judging of contests has kind of guided where contests have gone and how it's essentially turned BMX contests into the same thing as a figure skating contest, because you have to be perfect, you cannot mess up at all, and you have to do the craziest things you can while also being perfect. And a contest like this kind of takes back from that and moves things back towards the Metro Jam, Dirty East Flow contest, Changa contest era, where everybody's just going off because, as you can hear in the beginning with Sebastian Keep Talking with this video, they wanted to make something where a rider could still win or could still have a chance in this contest even if they crash. So concept-wise, this is awesome. And the way that this all went led to some really, really crazy riding. And I think that this is a great first go at it. And I think that if they keep moving with this, it could help things forward. And yes, there is a place for, the whole contest style of today. But what I mean when I say the judging has pushed it where it is because you have to be perfect. And then in order to be perfect, you got to kind of hold back a little bit. And that's why something like this is cool, because a rider can just go all out, try to do the craziest thing that they can. And then it goes from there. And then also, Travis Keir in the chat just reminded me that this is an overall contest. So it was taken by who did the best in all of these. And Kieran Riley's name showed up in every single one of these except for the sub box best trick. So Kieran Riley got first, Jack Watts got second, and Kane Mitchell got third. And another thing I want to say about this, and when you watch this video, some people may feel like this is like a bar spin tail whip clinic, and it definitely has that feel, but I also think that this will fully depend on the riders that are involved with a contest like this. And I hope that judging considers everything rather than just the bar spin tail whip style stuff, because if that's the case, it will progress BMX and it will push things to another level, but it will also not give the majority, it will give the exact same riders who compete in other contests the same chance in this one. What I do want to say too is that Tom Justice was in this event and somehow his name does not show up in any of these, and we all know that Tom Justice is fully capable of showing up on these lists here. So hopefully it wasn't because judging favored tail whips and bar spins and flare type stuff more than others, but I really, really hope that this keeps moving forward in an official way, because the Changa contest that my buddy Trevor held this year was jam format and it got pretty sick, and I hope that things just keep going in the official realm and the industry side of contests. So that being said, This is really awesome, and I hope that Red Bull keeps it moving forward and keeps doing more of these featured contests. You could see street contests like this come up with street style obstacles, and then just all kinds of stuff like a mini ramp contest. I guess Feast kind of does that, but I don't know how they judge it. So looking forward to seeing how this progresses. Next, from the title and thumbnail of this video, their title: the most stacked video lineup in history. This video is from 2009. It's called 9904, all spelled out. And when I read the rider list for this video, I'm only going to read the ones that I know and that people will really, really know. This is insane. So it's over 30 minutes. It's 37 minutes almost of footage filmed by, let's see, who was it? I don't see the name. Why am I blanking? Oh, Steve CVM. So let's see the rider list. Mike Aiken, Ruben Alcantara, Adam Banton, Matt Berenger, Jamie Bestwick, Garrett Burns, Ashley Charles, Jim Selinsky, Owen Clegg, let's see, Bruce Chrisman, Chris Doyle, Elvis Ellis, that's a cool name, Jason Enns, Mike Rooftop Escamilla, Fids, Joey Garcia, Sinad Grosick, Josh Harrington, John Heaton, Josh Hino, Ben Hinnon, Matt Hoffman, Chad Kagi, Bass Keep, Ron Kimler, Sergio Leos, Jimmy Levan, Colin McKay. It's an insane lineup. Steve McCann, Dennis McCoy, Jay Miron, Stephen Murray, Mike O'Connell, John Parker, Joe Rich, Rob Ridge, Kevin Robinson, Ryan Scher, man, Chris Stauffer, this name, Ronnie Surridge, Simon Tabron, Toledo Joe, Ben Wallace, Mark Webb, Nate Wessel, Alistair Witten, Marcus Wilkie, and Gary Young is the last name that I recognize. It has to be the most stacked lineup in any video that has ever come out. There's so many names on here that it's like it feels like it would be a compilation of just all of the best riders from this era of BMX. How wild. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but with that many heavy hitters in there, it's the heavy hitter of all heavy hitters. And if anyone has seen this or watches it after the fact, leave a comment on this after it's a video on YouTube and let me know how it is. If it really is this stacked or if it's just like each of these riders had one clip. Either way, it's insane. And there was twice as many names on here that I didn't read because I wasn't sure who they are that I did. So wild. What's up, Kid Wilson? Check this one out. Let me know what you think of it in the comments after this is a video. Moving on from there, I wanted to give a heads up to all of the people out there who have children or are children. The Next Generation Jam at Malali Bike Park in New York is going down June 18th of this year, 12 to 4 p.m. And it's got support of all these awesome companies and people behind them. Moving on from there, let's talk about the videos from this week, starting with shortest and going to longest, kind of, because I kept the Source Distillery stuff together. First, we got the Distillery Bullseye video with Hobie Doan riding this little quick-created transition against a wall spot in Louisville. Then we've got another Bullseye, this time with Nathan Williams and Casey Starling on the friggin' vert ramp at Louisville Skate Park. Holy heck. Next up, Distillery Lock-In with Kink BMX, the culmination of all of their riding in the distillery. This one was sick. A lot of crazy stuff went down, including this thumbnail, which was the last clip. Totally bonkers. A lot of crazy stuff in this video, and it's relatively short. And I believe they came out with like a behind-the-scenes type video too, so check that one out on Source's channel as well. I hate using a tablet instead of a phone. So many typos. Then we've got BSD Eddie from Edinburgh, Scotland, featuring Rory McLean, Joe Foley, Guy Scroggy, and Tam Rolston. in Edinburgh. Moving on, we've got Cult's video with High Desert / Cody Nemeth. I'm assuming that's the same person. I've only seen his name as High Desert. I think most people might only know him as that. Wow, they're at Woodward. Huck's at Woodward watching right now. I'll be there in 6 hours. I'll be there in like 6.5 hours. I hope. Then we've got, for all you tech lovers out there who love brake tricks and tech riding, Chris Firmage's Level 3 Dreamin' 2 video. 4 minutes of lip tricks and really awesome stuff. Take a drink here. So, one of the tricks that stood out in this to me, was he did an X-up Fufanu to bar spin out. And if you've ever done an X-up Fufanu, you know that it's got to be a quick motion, and it's kind of tough to just do anything with it. Sweet. And then there was an editing spot in the video where the song said in and out, and he did a literal in and out manual 180, and it was just cool how it lined up. And I think anybody who likes tech tricks is gonna love this video. Moving on from there, we've got Grant Yubi's Reason to Smile video from The Daily Grind. Grant Yubi kills it, and this is one for the streets if that's what you guys are wanting to check out. There's the video for you. Next up, we've got the first Vans Unfiltered video in about 4 years, if BMX Union remembers right. Filmed by Rich Forn with Simone Baracco and Anthony Perrin in Paris, France. Moving on from there, we've got Profile Racing's Shane's Day riding Lone Star Concrete. Shane, Casey, Hallahan family, awesome family, and this features mainly Shane, and he does a manual to Abubakar in here that was really sick. Except anything has to be fat for me. I cannot stand having my arms in that position. That's funny. Next up, we've got a Jam highlights video where an X-up crooked grind went down. This is in Cologne, Germany, the Fracture BMX Street Jam. This is 15 minutes of footage from the jam and a video premiere that went down recently. So a full-length video, Homegirls of Fracture, and it premiered in Cologne. Next up, we've got Vans and the Bloom, the video from their trip out riding from northern to southern California, starting on International Women's Day with Angie Marino and Beatrice, along with Naoki, that last name. And we've got riders of Paris Benegas, Linda Grabner, Maca Grasset, and Teresa Fernandez Miranda. This is a solid video with a lot of riding, and it opens with Angie doing a capsule carve. What up, JDA? Shout out to the members Huck Karinsky and JDA in the chat, directly supporting the channel, helping me keep this alive and able to do things like this on Fridays rather than be at work. Moving on from there, we've got BMX to See. This one is with Lewis Mills, Boyd Hilder, Jackman Hines, and Jordan Smith on a camping road trip, park sessions, street spots, surfing, hiking, and more. Also about the Bloom BMX and Vans video, they ride street, trails, and skate parks in there, which is pretty sweet to see them all mixing it up. Pretty sick. Oh yeah, members also get those sweet emojis. The green bandana emoji. Anyways, moving on from there, Kink had to re-upload their Hidden Gems video because apparently it got taken down from YouTube somehow, probably blocked by copyright or something like that. So if you want a longer video, this one's 27 minutes long. If you want an even longer video than the 37-minute long most stacked BMX video lineup of all time, a little bit shorter here, but check that one out if you guys want to see it again. Next up, some product-related things. A promo video for Brett Silva's new Brett bars from Sunday. Quick promo video showing the pictures of the bars and then the specs at the end. They are 27.5 inches wide, 9.25 rise, 12 back sweep, and 2 up sweep. And if Brett Silva's riding them, I did not see that one, Travis. Secondhand Stoke Midwestern BMX, about 55 minutes long. Google it, watch it if you feel the need. Then we've got Shadow's Spring and Summer 2022 Apparel Lookbook, linked in the description. You can look through the lookbook. Oops. I'm not sure what happened there, but you can go through it yourself if you want to. There you go. Then we've got some interview type stuff. First up, we've got Justin Dowell, North Carolina Weekends from Hyper. This is him talking about Hyper and talking about just some insight on choosing or wanting to ride for Hyper and things of that nature, with some riding mixed throughout. YouTube, not on BMX Union. Yeah, you just Google search it, YouTube search it, you'll find it. The Midwestern BMX thing. What's up, skateboarding Gavin? Then we've got a seriously entertaining video. It's Bike Science with Dan Banks in the We the People Trigger frame. It's a bike check where he goes through his whole bike talking about it, and it's so entertaining. There's not a whole lot of science in here, but there's like actual science, conventional science. But there's a lot of him talking about his bike, and he's a super entertaining person, and there's a lot of riding in here as well, and shreds. So check this one out if you want an entertaining video, and it's a little bit longer, 10.5 minutes long. Then we've got a mini documentary with Terry Adams and Mickey Gaydos called Don't Think, Feel. And this one is like a reminiscing video where Terry talks about how without Mickey he wouldn't be riding Flatland, and Mickey talks about how without Terry he wouldn't be back into riding, and they kind of are going back and forth in their feels a little bit. And it's just, I don't know, it's a feel good video with these two riding and talking, and I think it's worth it. And if you're into Flatland, this is definitely going to be the video from this week that you're going to want to check out. If you're looking for a little bit longer of an interview, Kevin Peraza was on the Monster Unleashed podcast talking about, talking about BMX. There's a lot of stuff here. I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I'm not going to BS you. That being said, though, I'm headed to Woodward here in about an hour, so I got to make sure everything's ready. Thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned for the rest of the BMX Experience coverage. The edit from the highlights video from BMX Experience last weekend at Woodward is up. There'll be videos from all of the events and the days throughout uploaded for the next week. And then the BMX, or the USA BMX Freestyle Contest, is going down Saturday, with a USA Cycling Contest going down today. So I will be filming both of those and editing them as fast as I can so they can come out right after the BMX Experience coverage is over. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you to the members for supporting the channel. Thank you to everyone who is here supporting, just watching. I appreciate you all, and I'm excited to get to Woodward to make some more videos, hang out with everybody. And if you have not gone to BMX Adult Weekend at Woodward and you've considered it, or you're close enough to be able to, just do it. It's an amazing time. All of the people who show up make it so much fun, and it's just a really good weekend of BMX. I'd highly, highly recommend it. So that's it. Thank you for tuning in. Leave a comment about the crazy BMX lineup video if you watch it, and we'll see you tomorrow for the full, longer coverage of BMX Experience. Look it up on their website, guys.